All this week here on the BBC, including on Breakfast, we're looking at how to spot scams and the efforts that are being made to thwart them, what we can all do.
Yes, and the BBC scam interceptors are at the forefront of preventing scams before they harm the public. Nina is at their headquarters in Glasgow this morning. And Nina, they are doing important work, something that lots of us are really concerned about at the moment.
Morning, John and Sally from BBC Scotland. I have been to this wonderful building many times. What I didn't know was tucked away in this room we have, good morning all, the BBC's scam interceptors. Not all heroes wear capes. These guys are in black this morning. And what they're doing, you can see the map over there. They're plucking out scam hubs around the world and trying to intercept calls to unsuspecting victims here in the UK. And you know what? Their work has never been more important. On BBC Breakfast, we've been keeping a tally of the amount of money lost to scammers since the stroke of midnight of Sunday into Monday. Since then, £3.6 million has been lost. It's easy to feel despair around those numbers. The good news is intercepting hubs like this one and across the UK have saved from scammers more than £1.2 billion last year. That's the good news. But despite hundreds of thousands of cases being reported to police, unfortunately, less than 1% results in criminal proceedings. They're working hard here, but it's a big job, as Lucy Gray reports.
Hi, this is Adam. On your statement, you will receive a verification code.
Can I give a call back 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock?
The scam interceptors are currently filming for their next episodes, and they're watching the scammers, and we're going to go in and watch them watch the scammers.
I'm helping you. Do you remember the password?
It's a very busy morning in the Scam Hub, and we're looking at access at the moment to 3 different call centres. Let's have a listen in and see exactly what we get. Internet provider impersonation scam in process here, and it sounds, for the scammers at least, quite promising.
Arrow, yeah. Now once you press that arrow...
The scam interceptors team have hacked into a call centre in Calcutta in the Indian state of West Bengal. They can hear the scammers' calls and even see their screens.
This is basically what the floor manager of a scam call centre will look at. They've got 270,000 almost ready to call today in the UK. One of them poses as Sky or Virgin Media and claim that they're calling about problems with your internet connection. That's going to work for them today. Why? We just had a massive storm. So people are genuinely going to be having issues with their internet.
Press get. Okay.
Oh, is she downloading the remote access now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So it sounds like the scammer has talked this woman into giving remote access on her devices. So it now sounds like they're getting her to access her online banking, unfortunately.
The team need to warn this woman she's being scammed. They can't reach her on her phone because she's talking to the scammer. But as they listen in, they find out where she lives. So they look for someone nearby.
We've got ourselves a neighbour. The man at number 19, he's just down the road from this woman. He's going to go and knock on her door.
Now come on the phone.
So he's just like, what am I supposed to do? There's a problem. That's what he just said.
It's a very odd place now where we're listening to the conversation happening in a hallway. The scammers are listening to it as well.
You came back? Hello? Yeah!
Woo!
That noise that you heard there, that little squeak, that sound, is the sound of a champagne cork popping to us, because that's every single time that we know the victim has put the phone down, that the scammer's target has ended the call, we hear that.
A big win for the team. The scam has been stopped. But the victory is short-lived. Within seconds, they hear the criminal call centre move on to their next potential victim.
Oh my goodness, talk to me, ma'am.
Lucy Gray, BBC News, Glasgow.
It is your router trying to get...
Absolutely fascinating observing the work they're doing here. We're just going to interrupt you for a moment if we can, Nick. Just to explain, the map you're looking at here, what is it specifically?
This is broadly a map of where most of the call centres we're looking at the moment actually are. So at the moment we've got 2 over in West Bengal, which are in Calcutta there. We've got another 2 that are up over on the far side in Pakistan, in Lahore. doing mobile phone provider impersonation scams, and then we've got one more up in Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir.
So everyone at home will be thinking, how do you know that they're there? And if you do know that they're there, why not just get in touch with Interpol, get in there and shut it down?
Sort of twofold answer to that. So we know where they are mostly by their IP addresses. We have sort of rough locations for them, but not specific. In the cases where we are actually able to work out very specifically where they are in terms of the building, we always, at the end of the series, take all our investigations and pass them on to the authorities in the relevant countries. What then happens afterwards, not up to us, not always what we want.
Just doing your bit, I suppose. And what have you done this for a few years now? What have you noticed in the nature of scams?
So I think the biggest change that we've seen is the progression of something called remote access software. So those are apps that scammers get you to download to your phone or your computer that let them see your phone's screen or your computer's screen from where they are in the world, which is obviously not what you want when all your personal information's there. Unfortunately, these apps seem to be getting a little bit more nasty and allow scammers to do even more nasty things than just see your screen or control your device.
That is so good to know. I'm really guilty of if say a clothing label suggests me downloading an app, I just go for it there and then.
Yes, please don't do that. If you're getting a call out the blue, don't be downloading anything that someone tells you to over the phone.
OK. You can see Rav over there, our colleague from Morning Live. We'll be speaking to him a bit later. Morning, Rav. But I just want to speak to Alice, who's over here, because she's busy burrowing away there. I mean, I'm thinking for you, Alice, the emotional toll must be massive when you intercept someone who's vulnerable and about to be scammed.
Yeah, it really can be, because we hear the whole scam progressing and we can hear the scammer pulling them into their world. And then when we manage to get in touch with them and they realise it's a scam and they realise everything that's at risk, you really feel that. You can hear it in their responses.
And you had one recently, didn't you, where you could actually hear the man who scam you'd intercepted screaming to his wife it was a scam. What does that feel like?
It's quite hard, but we have to stay calm here in the hub and walk them through the next steps, tell them what to do, sort of close the computer, turn off your phone, call your bank, all of those things. But it's very gratifying when we know that we've saved someone.
I'm sure it is. Thank you so much. I'll let you crack on. Important to be vigilant then, and I think we're starting, John and Sally, across BBC Breakfast this week, just widening the conversation. Many of us will have been targeted. Many of us will already have been victims.